about the murder. Alderman Cubi was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. I'm not gonna read that out loud. Just gonna immediately press. So I guess that was Apollo's voiceover. I gotta be honest, I miss Phoenix Wright's old voiceover. Objection! So those weapons on the wall of the Fox Chamber, I presume, those are real? Don't they think keeping real weapons around like that is rather dangerous? I mean, that's their own fault. I really do think that something like that shouldn't be allowed. Keeping weapons like that, I mean, as to be a showcase or a decoration. Like if you own a weapon, you own it. You should be opening a weapon for self-defense. I think it's okay for people to own like a firearm for self-defense. I own one myself, but I'm not showing it off like that. I just know where it is, and you know, I'm gonna use it when I need it. That's it. No matter what he collected, the alderman insisted to be the real deal. For instance, he had a real demon's club in his possession. A demon club? Apparently, one of his ancestors claimed it after defeating a demon in battle. Huh? That's gotta be an old wives' tale. What's with this face? The alderman had pure, unadulterated justice flowing in his veins. What's with this flying animation? Whatever he did it right. We've lost a real champion of justice in this death. Huh. Nothing but claptrap and balderdash, if you ask me. Now stop your bleating and tell us about the weapon. Your wish is my command. Yeah, but we couldn't find the any fingerprints on the statue, though. It doesn't make sense if you think about it. Prints could be easily wiped off. You do have a point, Wood. You do have a point there. Immediately cutting us off. I'd venture to say he did not wipe off the prints because he couldn't. Why is that? What do you mean? Because he got hit? Think, Apollo, think. It's like he wants you to figure it out. Well, don't just stand there. Show him who's boss! I'm totally lost, so... Why didn't you just tell me the answer already? Can he actually hear that? I don't think he saw that plea for help. It would be interesting if he can actually, he also has the ability to hear what we're thinking. You feeling all right, kid? Running a fever, perhaps? I wish trials come with a reset button. Well, mine does. I have a save slot. Only 2, though. Well, the specifics may yet come to light. Please proceed, Detective Fulbright. Was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Come to think of it, a coffee cup was found on the floor. Was the sedative in his coffee? Bingo. We found traces of a sleeping agent all over the inside of the cup. Did he drink it, though? And that is why he was out cold. That is until he leapt to his feet upon being impaled by the mayor. What an awful way to wake up. You got that right. A rather stimulating eye-opener, if you ask me. What do you mean a stimulating eye-opener? I, too, would have risen to the attack. For to die in battle is the samurai way. Paradise awaits fallen heroes. But that hole in his stomach would make eating a challenge. What the? He's laughing? He is a scumbag. Prosecutor Blackwell, please! Those morbid jokes of yours have no place in this court. Damn, he's an asshole. Huh. Says the jester in Detectives Detectives Geese. Geese, guys? I think it's guys. Moving right along. Attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. Hold it! So the alderman was drugged because he was really strong? Did you see those rock-hard muscles of his? I'm surprised the spear even managed to pierce that armor like musculature. I admit, I'm completely jealous of that righteous body of his. Well, he did look pretty buff, even in that suit he had on. Interesting take, by the way. In that suit. Quite a difference when you compare it with a yellow belly like you. What does a yellow belly mean? Yellow belly? Who even says that anymore? What is a yellow belly? Yeah, and the color's all wrong too. Oh, I know. How about a squishy red tomato? I move to strike both of your comments from the record. From the record? You cannot do that. You cannot do that! It's here forever. Mr. Justice's character is not the issue here. Now, let's get back to what happened after the far more muscular alderman was impaled. Yes, well, your average person would likely have died on the spot. We don't have a something that contradicts that, but the sudden pain jolted the victim awake, and he grabbed the statue and struck back. The statue was behind. The statue was behind the whatchamacallit. Was behind the was behind where the behind where Damien was sitting, right? Supposedly. Hold it. Could he really have attacked his attacker after being impaled with that huge spear? Absolutely. After all, he was once a pro wrestler. What does that have to do with that? The injustice of being drugged, then speared, was answered with a righteous counterattack. But does being a former pro wrestler make him superhuman? Absolutely. After all, he was one of the good guys, like a superhero on the side of justice. Even though he was retired, he could still done his superhero guise in times of need.
Objection!
You need to lay off the comic books, detective. We're talking about real life here. Setting aside the half-wits flights of fancy, the fact is this. The court ordered post-mortem concluded the victim moved after his scouring. Was that true? Nothing on the autopsy said that. Stab with the spear. Estimated time of death around 3:20 p.m. Victim had been broken to slumber. Nothing says that though. So he's found the strength somehow to attack his attacker, huh? Detective Fulbright's testimony sounds airtight. No wonder he's so confident. No, he only thinks it's airtight. It's up to us to poke some holes in it. Oh, pun? Much? That was kind of rude, Apollo. Find some holes, like the hole that was made in Rex? That's kind of rude. The part about the alderman fighting back sounds like a big hole waiting to be poked. That is true, but... What contradicts that, though, with what I have? That is the problem. The mayor's blood was found on it, but no prints could be lifted. I think that's the contradiction over here. Yeah, I'm gonna try and present the statue here.
Objection!
No prints here, buddy. Did the alderman really strike the mayor? What? Are you questioning my sense of justice? Yes? Your so-called justice needs to find itself a pair of legs to stand on. You claim the alderman struck back after the mayor put a spear through him. But the statue he supposedly used to defend himself creates a major hole in your theory. It would appear that the defense has a counter-argument. Very well. Let's hear what the defense thinks is odd about the detective statue theory. Uh-oh. I can't pick the wrong and funny the funny counter-argument. Cubi fought unarmed. There are no fingerprints, of course. That's very, very clear. There are no fingerprints on this supposedly crucial piece of evidence. And if you look at the crime scene photo, you'll notice that the alderman isn't wearing gloves. Yes, I believe he's quite gloveless indeed. Gloveless. If he touched the statue with his bare hands, he should have left some fingerprints. Detective Fulbright, you did take that into account during your investigation, didn't you? Oh. Did I arrest the wrong man? Oh, the soundtrack! That's Apollo's theme! Aw, this can't be happening. Did I arrest the wrong man? You did it, Apollo. You knocked Detective Fulbright off his high horse. Well, it's just 1 point in our favor. Who do you suppose clubbed the mayor if it wasn't the alderman? That means that we actually have to get Damien's statement, huh? Well, if it wasn't the alderman, that means someone else must have clubbed the mayor. You mean there was a third party there in the Fox chamber? We have to prove that. And I don't think we can. Exactly. And this could be the big break we've been looking for. There does seem to be a hole in the prosecution's argument. Prosecutor Blackwell, would you care to respond to the defense assertion? Damn, he's chill. He is very chill. This is not boding well for us if he is just chill. It definitely reflects confidence. The least you could do is look at me while being dismissive. Isn't that the opposite of the point that he's trying to make? You know, opposite of being actually dismissive. Now he's doing it right. Your mind is as dull as an unhoned blade, Justice Dono. Ah, son of a bitch. He's a fucking weeaboo. I don't like this guy anymore. Fucking weebs! Justice Dono has been watching too many samurai flicks. What does Dono mean? You know what? Never mind. I don't wanna know what that means. It will take far more than that to cut down Simon Blackwell. Son of a bitch, he actually looks cool. Why did they make this cool character be a fucking degenerate weeb? A whelp such as you has no hope against my superior swordsmanship. This is a trial, not a sword fight, Prosecutor Blackwell. There's a perfectly good explanation for the lack of prints on the statue. Really? You might recall that bloodstained cloth found at the scene of the crime. You actually gonna have to prove that he actually used that. You actually have to try and convince people. You're gonna have to try and convince us that Rex actually did that. Why would? Wait a minute. Why would Rex clean the goddamn mess? Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he doesn't want anyone to know that. No, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. So, what he's trying to say that once he got stabbed, he took the statue, bludgeoned into Damien's head, and then Damien got knocked out, and Rex was still alive somehow. And in the first thing that he wanted to do is just clean the statue from fingerprints? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it just so happens that the blood was the mayor's. So, what are you getting at? How in your mind, boy? Why was there blood on that cloth? Solve that riddle and you shall see that the hole you thought you found is but an illusion. Now let's see. How was that cloth used? Was it used to wipe the blood? To wrap the statue? By Cubi as a head covering? To wipe the blood? Wipe the blood from the statue? To wrap the statue? Is he telling me that he actually wrapped the statue with the cloth, so we, you know, so he can actually use it as a bludgeon? Like, carried the statue inside the cloth and started wailing the cloth like it says, like a slingshot. Is that how it is? Like, he didn't actually hit him with it, he actually threw it on him? It still doesn't make any sense, because he had to put the... It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, all of these doesn't make any sense. To wipe the blood is the answer, but I'm gonna try and get all of the answers, the funny ones at the very least. That's looks like a funny one. The alderman was probably wearing it over his head. What? Do you truly think the alderman would show up to a meeting over the fate of his village? Looking like a clown? Yeah. Wearing this ridiculous looking cloth over his head? Sure, they have a festival that day, didn't they? You have to look like a clown. Who's to say he didn't party a little too hard and just forgot to take it off? Okay, fine. So maybe he didn't do that. Can I try one more time? It wasn't to wrap the statue, of course, but we're gonna pick it up. Maybe the alderman wrapped the statue in the cloth? In short, he wasn't touching the statue directly when he... Wait, that was the correct answer? Then again, if he wants to, like, are you telling me that he indirectly carried the statue? That doesn't make any sense. In short, he wasn't touching the statue directly when he used it to strike back at the mayor. Precisely. What a... Yeah, I'm sorry, viewers. I'm sorry. That's stupid. That's stupid. That is actually stupid. If they're gonna roll with this, I'm sorry. This is actually stupid. Precisely. Bully for you, boy. Bully for me? Ow, it was nothing. Apollo, don't let him start manipulating you, too. You just closed the hole for the prosecution. I did? Ack. I did. Uh-oh. Right. That a statue wrapped in cloth would leave no fingerprint is as plain as day. No! That's not what happened. That's actually stupid. They're actually gonna let me roll with that. What? Yeah, I'm sorry, viewers. I'm sorry, viewers. That is actually stupid. That doesn't make any sense. The game's gonna roll with it. But this also proves there are no holes in our theory of the alderman striking back. Oops. They're gonna actually roll with that. Fox and Demon statue updated in the court record. Fox and Demon statue. The weapon used to bludgeon the mayor, wrapped in a large cloth. 2 pages. I'm gonna check it out. Justice look a little bit dumb. A little bit. It actually looks completely dumb. 2 pages. About the statue. The statue has traces of blood from the defendant Damien Tenma on it. It was apparently wrapped in a large cloth on which the defendant's blood was also found. No fingerprints could be lifted from the cloth. Can you lift fingerprints from a cloth? It's gonna be hard. Like, you actually kind of need to have some sort of a surface area for something like that, so you can actually lift fingerprints from it, right? Now, do you see how dull your mind is? Well, I can see how dull this logic is, but... Alright. I'll make sure to sharpen it next time. A particularly frightening inmate once told me that. He always tenderly honed his blade before he went to work, like the samurai Fior. Wind clink? Was that prison mic? Samurai? Sounds more like a homicidal maniac to me. Actually, he was working in the prison kitchen at the time. Wait, so the inmate was murdering samurai prison... so the inmate was a murdering samurai prison chef? What does he cook? What's his specialty? Hopefully nothing generic like, I don't know, sushi or something. It would seem that the victim and his killer were the only ones there after all. I was kinda attached to that hole. Now what? Apollo, I just thought of something. If they didn't find anyone's fingerprint on the statue, who's to say someone other than the alderman didn't hit the mayor with it? Someone other than the alderman didn't hit the mayor with it? Yeah, that's where the logic... they're gonna prove that nobody was in the room, I guess. Actually, that's a good point. Maybe that's the idea here. This is why they presented that. This is the way that we're gonna follow the logic of, hey, there might actually be a third person, or even more than that, in that room at the time. Which there was. Why didn't I think of that? Anybody could have not left prints on it. Huh. Then who, pray tell, struck the mayor with the statue? Please illuminate us with your wisdom, young lady. There's only one answer. The real killer! Prove the existence of this real killer, then. What evidence have you? Oh, I'll give you evidence, all right. So, this is not how you follow the logic, by the way. If someone gonna tell you that there's a third person and it's the real killer, you don't ask for evidence of him not being there. What you have to do, for the prosecutor, what they have to do is just say, there were only two people there, and of course the defense will say, no, there was a third person, and this is where they have to prove that. This is where they have to prove that. This is how the argument should go. But you cannot say that there was a third killer, and then the prosecution would say, "Hey, prove that," because they're not gonna say that. It's not even important. It's more important to say that there is a third person, rather than, "Hey, it's the real killer." That's how you should follow this. Otherwise, that doesn't make any sense. He can easily object. Not only that, like, the defense can easily object. The defense themselves, if someone says, hey, then you don't have evidence, they can object to that. It's not up to them to actually prove that. What they have to prove, the only thing that the defense have to prove is that Damien didn't do it, and there's nothing here that says that he actually did it. Well, actually, other than the fingerprints, but not having fingerprints on the statue, you know, presents that there is actually a third person. That's it. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh, I'll give you evidence, all right. Athena, are you sure about this? To borrow your words, Apollo, I'm fine. Take a look at this. Is she gonna say that it's gonna be Tenmataru? Black feathers and tracks, allegedly from a yakai, were found at the scene. Oh, son of a bitch. She's gonna make us look like goddamn clowns. I believe they're from the third party who struck the mayor with the statue. Is the defense actually suggesting some sort of monster killed that alderman? You stupid idiot. That's exactly what I'm suggesting. You stupid idiot.
Objection!
What? Apollo objected to that? How the hell can you object to your own team's statement like this? No, Athena, you just lost what little credibility we had left. Ah! Sorry. Guess I got carried away. Mr. Justice, we have no time to deal with objections between members of the defense. Sorry, Your Honor. It's just, this kid's still, well, a kid. Damn. Ouch, you meanie? I'm reporting this to Mr. Wright. I think he saw all of that. He's probably face-palming as well. So is this court to believe the feathers and tracks are from a yakai, as you put it? No, Your Honor. I believe they are a fabrication. The real killer wants us to believe some sort of monster murdered the alderman. Interesting. And why do you suppose the killer would do that? Yes. Why? How the hell did we manage to corner ourselves like this? These guys are idiots. You cannot corner yourself like this. Why indeed? Mr. Justice, you seem as new as this, you seem as new to this as your partner is. Ouch. Ouch. This I'm not reporting to Mr. Wright. Hoy, Fulbright. Fulbright. Explain to his baldness what these brats are missing. You know, the who and why behind those feathers and tracks. What? You mean you can explain all that? Ha. Our investigation prowess is without equal. You guys are just withholding information from the defense. I'm starting to think I chose the wrong profession. Well, too late, Apollo. Too late. Very well, let's hear about these so-called yakai feathers and tracks. Another witness testimony, huh? Feathers and tracks. This entire case centers on one man's attempt to crush opposition to the municipal merger. Mayor Tenma panicked when the amazing Nine Tails helped embolden the protesters. So he So he stalked? He stalked the villagers' fear by fabricating a monster. The strange feathers and tracks he planted made it look like Hayakai was the killer. So what? Are you suggesting that Damien was wearing the Tenmataru suit? Then where is the suit? Where is the suit? Those feathers and tracks stalked the villagers' fear? Absolutely. He knew exactly how to prey on their superstitious minds. Those feathers only gave weight to the idea that the alderman was slain by a demon. The accursed demon, Tenmataru, that is. Tenma who? Tenmataru, the legendary demon locked away in the village's forbidden chamber. What's inside the forbidden chamber? Yeah, I think there's gonna be a day 2 where we're gonna be able to actually get inside that. Are they gonna suggest that the suit is actually locked inside? From a young age, the villagers are taught to fear the great black-feathered demon. And thus were they blinded to other more plausible explanations. And thus were they blinded to other more plausible explanations?
Hold it!
What is that? Are you talking like Yoda or something? Hold on for a second. Before we start letting our imaginations run wild, isn't there someone else that could be considered a suspect? Mr. Justice, please explain yourself. On the day of the incident, there was a special event held at Cubai Manor. And as part of this event, there was someone dressed in the likeness of Tenmataru. Obviously, this person is a much more likely suspect than any legendary demon.
Objection!
Dullard? You are playing right into the killer's mind games. What? Listen here. The feathers and tracks were merely red herrings. The villagers believe the murder to be the work of the real Tenmataru. However, the police believe that the person in the Tenmataru suit is the killer. They're gonna say that this is actually Damien? Eh? The defendant sought to sow this confusion in order to deflect blame away from himself. However, he was knocked unconscious by the alderman. Huh? And thus our mentally deficient mayor was caught red-handed at the scene of the crime.
Objection!
You mean red-headed? Do you honestly believe Mayor Tenma would do something so stupid?
Objection!
The evidence speaks for itself. Wright. They're gonna have to talk about the suit then, or say that they actually managed to find it. Right, it was the mayor's last-ditch effort to stop the opposition before things got crazy. The Amazing Ninetales was fueling both the Yakai craze and the anti-merger movement. Plus, he's one of the better-known masked wrestlers and the hometown favorite. That's why the mayor panicked and set out on the path of injustice. What is this? What is all this bullshit? But do the people of Ninetail Valley really believe a Yakai is behind this? But do the people? Yakai sightings are an everyday event there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did. What? What? They don't see monsters every day. What the hell is that? I must say, a crime that preys upon innocent, impressionable minds. I don't know about impressionable. Just so, a particularly silver-tongued inmate once had the following words for me. What was that? Prison Mike? The innocent of heart are the easiest prey. Prison Mike! You don't say. Was this inmate a con artist? No. He was framed for the murder of his beloved. I actually felt sorry for the poor chap. Who? Who is he? Wait, so he wasn't the predator, but rather the prey? Yes, well. Are we gonna get back to that person? Now then, the defense may proceed with their cross-examination. What am I gonna get from that, though? I'm gonna try and find a contradiction from that useless statement? The only thing that I'm gonna try and find is pretty much the... You know, the fact that... hey, you claim that he wore that. You have to prove that. How did he did that? Where is the goddamn suit? But how am I gonna be able to do that?